Hey you guys, welcome to Rev Draws. I'm Rev Already, and this is where I stream my art and share story times with you guys from Twitch and to YouTube with you all. For those who are watching on YouTube VODs, hi you guys on YouTube. Now, some of these stories start off good, but as you've heard so far, it always ends up with either a happy ending or a twist. Not many people know this, but my webtoon Where Love Began, A Journey Within, is actually based off of my real life experiences in my 20s. And as some of you guys know, Kaoru is based off of me. And for legal purposes, we're going to use the webtoon name that I had. So, because I want to be sued. But if you want to follow my art journey, all my socials are linked below. Now, I'm going to wait for you guys to come on. Oh. Oh, thank you. Got my pen. My pen. Let's start. worry, you guys. I'm waiting for everybody else to show up. Well, anyone to show up. All right, let's get. All right, let's get this started. Hi, hi. How are you? Don't worry, you guys. I do look at the chat. Just want to let you guys know that in advance. I do look at your chat. I'm not ignoring you guys at all. Now, as the third story's name goes, how Kaoru met Aoi, the guy she kept on running, I kept bumping into, is now my tutor. Yes, yes, did happen. Oh, drop, please. Don't do me like this. I feel you. Come on now, don't do me like this. I'm going to drive remote today. And yes, I finally got my remote together. Come to find out, everything on my remote, so I had to reconfigure it. So so just imagine my frustration this morning before I started. Yay! So angry internally. But back to the story. Now, do you guys know, like, you know how the tropes go, like the classic collision? I kept on running in. Well, Karu kept on running into Aoi, and it was like, okay, why do I keep on running in? Like, why do I keep on running into him? This guy trying to tell me to talk to this person. I don't know. Like, I was like, God, give me a sign. Like, well, why do I keep on running into him? Give me a sign, please. But every time it was like, your classic. I'm sorry. And It was more of him saying, I'm sorry, are you okay? And then Kaoru would be like, I'm fine, as he helps her up each time. But Kaoru slash I could tell he was annoyed that we just kept on running into each other. And then he's like, I'm just tired of this. Like, who is this girl? Why do I keep on running into her? It's annoying me and my lifestyle. Trying to be quiet and mind my business. Basically, from what um Kaoru slash I was, thinking at the time. Well, yes, he thought it was weird. Kaoru did too. She like, why am I doing this? Why? But prior to that, Allie is actually hanging out with her at the time. And Rumiko's, accepting it. But all that to say, Kaoru was mentioning that she kept on running into this one guy and it made her mad. And she was like, girl, what you mad about? And Kaoru was like, I keep on running into this guy and it gets on my nerves, and I think it gets on his nerves too. Rumiko, knowing the person she is, she literally told me, who fucking cares? And Kaoru said, I do? That's weird. That's very, very weird. And then Allie was like, now come on. She's about to feel that way, Rumiko. And Rumiko said, stop babying her. Stop babying her. And then Carl was like, she's not babying me. She had sympathy, something that you've been lacking for a hot minute. And then Rumiko said, whatever. But as this plays out, she to him again. She runs into Allie. But this time, it's in the front of the cafeteria, the caf, on the side where the doors are. And she's like, tired of this. I need to ask questions. God, give me a sign. Like, come on now. Come on. And and as that happened, something in Kaoru sparked in Kaoru and said, I may not know you, but I have a feeling that we're gonna have an undying friendship. Now, mind you, this man has been avoiding Kaoru like the plague because he kept on running into her. Now, imagine a random person just randomly telling you we're gonna have an undying friendship. That man said, leave me the hell alone. I don't even know who you are." Now, mind you, say the same thing if someone came up to me and said that to me. Like, get the hell away from me. Because he gave her that one look like, girl, I don't even know you 2 days from Sunday. Like, don't talk to me. And he literally told her, I don't even know who you are. Why are you talking to me? Leave me alone. I just want to be left alone. Then she found out why why he said leave me alone. Gonna find out, but this is a little later on. But I'll go into it. I'll go into it toward like this. Come to find out, he had girls that were eyeing him up like candy from the distance. But Kaoru saw their looks, but she also saw he was uncomfortable. Uncomfortable as hell. And then as this all plays out, Allie came down. Allie just by chance was walking down to the calf as well because she was hungry. And then randomly, this girl literally said, "Allie, how you been doing today?" He said, and he said, "Better." And then once she looked at Karu, and then she looked at Allie. Oh, so she's the girl you've been saying that she kept on running into. And he said, "Why do I keep running into her? It's annoying me now." And then Karu said, "Well, you're no damn prize either." That's besides the point. Why do I keep running into you? And she literally said, "Hell if I know." And then after that, they spoke. Oh, crap. I meant to make this a speaking. Oh, well, hold on. But basically, after that, Allie kind of took Carter aside and said, "Hey, don't get too attached. Do not, I repeat, do not get too attached to that man. You don't want to deal with that." And, at the time, she was like, "Oh," Carla was like, "Mean." She found out soon later on, but back to the story. As this all happens, she went into the calf too. Carla went to the calf to get something to eat. And she kept on running into him again. Ran into him again. This time around, because they liked the same thing to eat. Both went to get a hamburger. And Allie forced both of them to sit at the table together and look each other in the eye and said, "Let's talk about this." Oh yeah, I meant to say, like, when she was, telling her don't be so close to him, she whispered that in her ear. But back to what I was saying, they ate their food, they laughed, all of them laughed, but we all know that one person that, that one person that's like very uncomfortable when you talk to people, like it was uber uncomfortable. Yeah, he was uber, not super, uber uncomfortable. As he was talking to Kaoru, but Kaoru could sense he was uncomfortable. And then as soon as he's finished eating, he just like bolted out of it. And that's when, Kaoru told Allie, "Hey, I think he's uncomfortable." And Allie did that. Allie told Kaoru, "I think he's uncomfortable. I did that on purpose." And well, me slash Kaoru, and that's messed up. And I kid you not, Allie literally said, "Hey, he's always, even though he's Mr. Popularity and he gets the girls, He's actually very, very, very insecure. And he has issues. Now, mind you, Kaoru didn't think about that at the moment. He just knew that he was Mr. Like, let's put it like this. Kaoru heard about he's Mr. Popularity, but she didn't know that he was like that. Like, everybody knew him on campus because if he was good looking and his golden eyes. But back to the story. Kaoru basically was like, okay, whatever. A few weeks later, your her professor came to her and said, "You're failing math. I want you to get a tutor." And Kaoru was like, "Okay, and who's gonna tutor me?" Lord behold, Aoi was just sitting there doing his math homework, finished up, and then then the head of the department said, "Hey, I need you to tutor a student of mine. She's failing math." I'm not gonna say that Kaoru slash I was failing because it's sad, but yes, failed it was failing, failed hard. So because of that, he basically, I kid you not, had Kaoru be tutored by, and at the time she didn't know his name. So as this all plays out, the professor calls him over. He's like, "Yes, such and such, Professor such and such." All the girls were like, "Oh my gosh, it's Aoi. I wonder who he's going over to talk to." Then to find out, it was one of those, "I need you to tutor her." So I saw Carter's face. "Why do I keep running into you? Why do it always happen to me?" He's just going on a rant. It got to the point where Kaoru slash I literally said, "Hey man, shut the hell up." Then, "Hey man, shut the hell up. I need you." No, no, no. That's not what Kaoru said. "Hey man, shut up." No, no, no. It was, "Hey man, I need you to calm down." He kept on ranting. Kaoru said, "I need you to shut the you to calm down. I'm failing math. I need you to be calm. You're not calm. I won't be. We both can't be." He just kept on rambling and rambling. My car just randomly just came out and said, "Chill the fuck out. Do that for stop." He stopped being frantic, but he got mad at her for telling him to shut. But I mean, calm down. And yes, and yes, to this very day, I have really bad anxiety. And we both can't be anxious. We both can't be scared. But yes, I literally told him, "Shut the fuck." He got mad, but I'm like, it just got on my nerves. So, well, it got on Kaoru's nerves, and she was like, as he freaked out. And the thing is, I mean, it's justified. You don't tell people to shut the fuck up and then just be surprised. Another thing, I had a very reckless mouth when I was in college. Well, yeah, I had a very reckless mouth. I didn't really care about what I said. I just knew that do what the hell I tell you, and you'll be fine. Like I said, now that I'm an adult, a willing adult, I know that I wasn't right for. It's a miracle he still talks to me. I'm just saying, it's a miracle he still talks to me. Um, but yeah, back to what I was saying. And after, he got frantically mad at me again, well, Kaoru again, telling him to shut the hell up, and shut the F up. That's when our professor was like, okay. The thing is, the professor came back over and was like, okay, I need you to chill out for me. Because, it's bad if the professor has to tell you to chill out. And yes, the professor told him to chill out. Because the thing is, the professor has never seen him like that. He's always seen him have a cool head. So him seeing him being frantic like that really shocked him. So after that, they walked back to the tutoring room at the library. If you've ever been in a library where they have the tutoring rooms where you go into a room and you just start studying and you start doing your work. Mind you, as he was doing this, he was just fussing under his breath. In which it was funny. It wasn't supposed to be funny, but it was funny. As I said, I was a horrible individual when I was in my 20s. I know better. He was just fussing. No reason. Fussing. And as he was, fussing like that, all you can hear in the background is, and Kaoru, knowing the smart mouth she is, she literally said, well, I want to do this shit? Look, I'm not doing well in math. You work with me. I need you to work with me. All I ask. All I ask. Work with me. Let's put it like this. He calmed down and he worked with her. But as the day went on and he started to talk to her, Allie's warning started making sense. Let's put it that way. Allie's warning started making sense. I know. Allie, things started making sense. because he got real comfortable real fast. I ain't never met someone who got so comfortable Kaoru slash me really fast. But at the same time, he had a lot going on. And unfortunately, it's sad to say, but that man did not have a. He was always trying to find a way to harm himself. Which me, slash Kaoru, I'm like, I'm gonna need you to want to live over here with me. I'm trying to be rude. I need you to act like you got some sense and want to live. Just say. But that's another story for another day. But basically, he did all that. He fussed. Oh, what else? He fussed, and then out of nowhere, he took her. Feel like this. He looked at his phone. He said, "Oh no, I had to go." And then Pearl was like, "Where? I have to go somewhere. I can't tell you." Now Karu's annoyed, saying, "Yeah, the hell you can tell me. I gotta finish this homework, and I need help with it. So I'm gonna need you to get reevaluate and get your life together and help me with my homework." I said, "Fine. Gotta go. I have a paper due." I said, "Now be more truthful. I know you don't have a paper due." So, you know, kind of find out. He tried to make an excuse so he couldn't help me with my homework and help Karu with homework anymore. And Karu slash I, we may look, let's put it like this. For me, well, I guess I may look airheaded, but I'm not. If you ever see me in person, I kind of look like I'm airheaded. And Karu definitely not. So he thought he can just, opt out. And she told him, "Joke's on you. If I don't get my work done, then it's a problem." So he realized he couldn't leave. And he just went back and helped me with my homework. It's so funny. So he helped her with her homework. Afterwards, but as this all plays out, he wanted to get Chick-fil-A instead of eat regular, food. And he felt kind of bad that he got Chick-fil-A and he didn't get hurt. So he bought her Chick-fil-A too. And as they ate the Chick-fil-A, she literally asked him, "So, what else do you do around campus?" And he basically told her, "I just tutor people. That's all I do is just tutor people." And Cara basically says, "So you're a student? Oh, so you're one of the student. So like you're just tutor people." just to do it. He said, yeah. Kaoru could sense there was something else. So, so knowing the blunt person, knowing the blunt person I was back in the day, I literally said this. So, who are you hiding from? And he looked like, what do you mean, who am I hiding from? And Kaoru literally said, what are you hiding from? And you cannot lie about it. As you know, they ate, kind of broke down and told her, hey, like, I'm trying to avoid. And then she said, And he told her two girls, which those two girls will end up being a problem soon. Said two girls. And they kind of are basically, he said those girls are friends of my sister. Well, actually, no, he said they're friends of my twin sister. So, hearing that he had a twin sister intrigued her. Why? Like, oh, cool, you have a twin. Yeah, cool. And he didn't say it, but we all know the face of somebody who's looking like, I don't want to see it. I don't like her. She gets on my nerves. Gets on my nerves so bad. In which she does. In which she did get on his nerves. In which, like I said before, I don't like his sister. And it takes a lot for me to hate a person or, like, dislike a person. But she was just, ugh. Her friends, which, but those girls, they say that they were, looking out for him, but in actuality, they were, stalking him. Now, he was visibly uncomfortable with them stalking him. And because he was visibly uncomfortable as they stalked him, we all know that one person in our lives. And yes, we all have that one person in our life on our nerves who stalks. Fortunately, he was a victim to it. He really was a victim. Because as soon as, they started, as soon as those two were, hanging out and talking, those two had the nerve come over and come over and say, hey, say, hi, Yowie, how are you doing? Now, Yowie looked extremely uncomfortable as they were talking to him. And they looked at her like she was an issue, like she was a problem. Kaoru wasn't the problem. And then they talked about her to her face, saying, "Aw, it's the poor girl." Thing is, she said, why are you hanging around with that poor girl?" Now, as I said before, Kaoru/I temper on us back in the day. And Kaoru/I had to realize we were at a private art school, and low key God was working on us. He still is working on me to this very day. God was working on us and working on the both of us, well, working on Kaoru and I, and God's, and these and those like this, those girls, were saying all kind of like, basically they were saying all kind of microaggressions. If I remember correctly, I think they said a few microaggressions. Basically, they're what we all today call a Karen. And then to make it so crazy, their boyfriend came over, like a few other guys that hung out with him came over and threw out some microaggressions too. Because because he went off to the bathroom and I went off to get napkins, and Kaoru came back and they literally talked about her, saying, "Wow, she's pretty for a black girl." And now, mind you, she had to keep it in the fact that one of the girls was like, "Ew, what are you seeing?" Something like that. Now, I don't like to be called a. I don't like to be called. I don't like to be considered like a thing. And at that moment, I realized I wanted to beat the crap out of the girl. The guys, at least he liked me. I just don't like that. He said for a black girl. But kind of find out, I was loaded, and his friend group were as loaded as he was. So that's why and then that's when it clicks. That's when it clicked to her, like, that's why they can freely talk crap about black people to their face with no problems or repercussions. They're wealthy and they don't care. Because, crazy enough, out of nowhere, one of them asked me, "Oh, can you cook?" Like, I told her, "Yeah, not for you." Saying, "I bet she knows how to cook." I wanted to, I just wanted to get on her. Because she was naming all kind of black stereotypes. And I'm like, no ma'am. No ma'am. You are not. Mm-mm. And then, ironically, they had that one black friend, which, the token, which, because, she was like Kiki high too. And I'm like, no, you are a token. They do not like you. You are a token, ma'am. You are a token. You have no value to their lives. She literally said, "You're not right." Yeah, you're a token. But I'm not going into all that. So with all that to say, she thought she was right. they, talked bad about me, slash her, slash Kaoru. They talked bad about us. And as soon as, he came back, as soon as I came back, he saw that Kaoru slash I was visibly pissed. And he was like, hey, what's wrong? I said, hey, you know those friends of yours that you just spoke to a few minutes ago? He said, yeah, why? They were being racist towards me. And that's when he said, what did they say? And then Kaoru basically said what they said, and he was like, I can't believe he said that. Kaoru was like, yeah, I do. Kaoru slash I said, yeah, I do. That's not the first time, but the thing is, you have to understand, I lived in South Carolina, so I grew up, basically, I grew up in the rural parts. So, I mean, I'm kind of used to it, but don't do that. Try Jesus, don't try me. But yeah, they thought that they were slick. Well, I tell you, they thought they were slick. Because after, I mentioned it, they tried to play innocent. Like, we didn't talk about her like that. Like, soon after we got done eating, he confronted them about it. They tried to play victim, which that's what those two girls love to do, play victim and use others. Because come to find out, one of them had a crush on Al. And they hit it well enough that he wasn't smart enough to catch on to it. It's sad for me to say that, but he wasn't smart enough for them to for them to catch on to it. For him to catch on to it. Not smart enough to do it. Not the smartest. Not the smartest tool in the shed. But yeah, not the sharpest tool in the shed. But after that, he kind of reevaluated his friendship with them. Because they basically, after that, they try to gaslight him, saying, you chose that random girl over us. We've known you longer. All kind of gaslighting stuff. The traditional gaslight. Traditional gaslighting. But after the gaslighting happened, Kaoru basically said, hey, I wouldn't hang around them anymore for you. And that's when, funny enough, Aoi admitted that he never liked them to begin with. He only hung around them because they're friends or because their parents know each other. But I have no interest in hanging out with them, to be honest. And, so basically, after they ate their Chick-fil-A and had that talk, they literally just went back to studying again. And he was believe it or not, he showed her easy ways to comprehend what he comprehend the course. She was like, okay. And after that, they basically after that they went their separate ways. Kaoru thought, Aoi was cute. AKA, once again, Allie said, do not fall in love with him. He's a whole red flag. Mind you, he's not a red flag. It's just his environment. That's the thing. He's not, a bad guy. He just grew up in a very crappy, environment. But I digress. After he broke it down for her, she was happy. She went back to her room. Al, he basically said, hey, repeated this again, saying, hey, do not, I repeat, do not go. Do not catch feelings for him. Kaoru did not catch feelings. Because Kaoru thought he wasn't good looking. Like this. Everybody around her thought he was good looking, but she was like, I don't want that. She's like, I don't want it. She literally said, I take my chances elsewhere before I even think about dating him. Which I get it. I get that. But I mean now as an adult, as an older adult, yeah, I get it. Because look, I wouldn't want him either. But basically she said, hey, don't do that. Because a few weeks later, this man got real comfortable real fast. So comfortable that he started buying her favorite foods. You heard me right. Buy her favorite foods. But yes, he started buying her favorite foods. She was like, I'm not dating you, sir. I'm not dating you. Stop buying stuff. Literally saying, stop buying me stuff. I'm not dating you. I don't even like you like that. I don't even like you. Thing is, he was trying to get on her good side. Like his goal was to get on her good side. Which I'm like, okay. Why are you trying to get on her good side? I mean, that was straight face. And he couldn't answer. He just knew that she liked the stuff that he liked. And yes, they do have similar likes and dislikes. So, in many ways, you can say he caught feelings. She didn't catch feelings for him at all. He caught feelings. And another thing is this too. The man was clingy. Good God, he was clingy. And at that time, I'm not a clingy person. I'm clingy. I don't play that. Like, homie, don't play that. I don't play that. For anyone who watched In Living Color as a very young child, it's that preference. You know, you know. But yes. So, as so basically, he got really friendly really fast. I repeat, Rubiko tried to be funny. She said, "Does he love you that? Did he love you that fast?" I'm like, "No, I don't love him." And she tried to be funny, saying, "You sure about that?" And she literally said, "I'm very sure. I don't love him like that." Okay. So with all that to say, he got comfy, too damn comfortable, basically. And we got too comfortable for our taste. A little too comfortable for our taste. Got a little too comfortable. Um, he got a little too comfortable for us. Yes, got a little too comfortable for my taste. But as he got too comfortable, and yes, I bet you guys see she's using her palette. Yes, I went to the Studio Paint store. Yes, I did download it. Found this and I was like, let's see what you can do. So, I want to see what I can do. And yes, well, today I thought, like I said before, I thought I was going to be able to use my thing, and I was. But I digress. Basically, they started hanging out. Lord, give me strength. He got clingy real fast. Me no clingy. But even though he was being clingy, he actually helped me with my class. So I'm like, okay, I'll take the candy that you're giving me. That you actually help me. But as you know, things played out, they became good friends. You know, he was clingy, but you know, they became good friends. And through all that, they went through a lot of shenanigans. Right? So yeah, they went through a lot of craziness. Let's put it like this: when I was like this, when I was at college, I wasn't a hot girl, but I had hot girl behavior. But he got Kaoru slash I out of a lot of trouble. But yes, but don't worry. Hell of misadventures together. Because crazy adventure. Let's put it like this: the next time they had, put it like this, for those who read my webtoon, that's the first misadventure Kaoru had with Alex. But the ending was a bit more. The ending was a little different. And I bet you're wondering, why did she do this backwards? Mind business. But I digress. By the way, oh, my song came on. Oh, I'm sorry, you guys. You're not supposed to be doing that. But back to, all that craziness going on. Yes, that ended way different. Let's just say more people were there too. So, oh, that's right. I was gonna say, does anybody else hate that YouTube has these ads, but at the same time, it's like you can also get YouTube Premium. I don't have premium money at the moment. So. Unfortunately, I don't have YouTube Premium money. That suck sometimes. All right. Don't worry, guys. I'm just working on trying to get this right here. Fix that. But yes, that's the story how I met Aoi. Oh, Kaoru met Aoi. Yes. A sweet guy who had his own situation going on. But let me finish this up. And yes, to be honest with you, finally found a leather. I found a leather texture in the Clip Studio paint, so because your girl got tired of making her own sometimes. And just to give you guys a heads up, I really do sometimes, whenever I make an illustration in general, sometimes I kid you not, do this. I usually do the clothes first, and I usually do like the eyes last, eyes and mouth last. Because I could pick out a color scheme and have it all kind of ways I want. But don't worry, you guys, I'm going to be posting more content soon. And also, I will start up my Patreon again with content from my side stories. So I'll look forward to that. I'll be posting it very soon. Oh, no wonder. I'm like, might be like, what? I, I done made palettes, and I still end up using the other thing where they had it, where I used all kind of colors. I just defeated the purpose. You know, I thought I had it all together. Not today. Not. I had it all together. Well, I ain't even thought about it like that. I'm still a millennial. After all, we thought we had it all together. Joke's on us. All right, there goes this woman. Where'd that come from? Yes, this is the way I test things. You know, we're not gonna put any ice in there. That gotta do all kind of sweat yet now. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. All right. Hey. So, hey, Kylie Adams, 23. Hey, how are you? How are you doing on this lovely Monday morning? Not Monday, on Wednesday morning. God, think about me. Well, on my side, or where I am, it was raining earlier this morning, so your girl was kind of out of it. But I'm here. I'm here. But I'm here. It's not raining anymore, but we all know when it's a rainy day, it just doesn't stop. So it's gonna rain later on too. But this is this is and this is basically this is it. So I call this piece on the elevator. And yes, for those who don't know, I love fashion. So and also I kind of saw this ensemble but different colors on one of my favorite fashion apps, and fell in love with it, and it gave me inspiration for this piece. And now that I put a background, I gotta fix this. But yeah, guys, don't worry. I'm listening to you guys. I'm not listening. I'm looking at my chat. Even though I may not be like, saying anything, I'm listening. Don't worry. Now let me do the finishing touches. Hmm. You know what? No, I feel like being fancy today. So, what do you guys think? But yes, this is the piece. But let's put it this way, back to the story. Well, let's put it like this. Once he introduced himself to me, other than the lunch and all that stuff and all the crazy stuff that's gonna happen now, he was actually sincere with Kaoru slash me. And and he's a very sweet guy. We just needed to get out of the situation he was in, unfortunately. Yes, he's a very sweet man who's in a horrible situation. I wanted Kaoru slash I wanted to free him from that. We wanted to, well, Kaoru slash I wanted to free him from all that. And like I said last time, I don't know why, but I want to save everyone, but as the saying goes, you can't save everyone. I just feel like this. He was happy that, I cared about him. But I mean, but yes, he was happy. I, cared enough about him that I feel like this. I cared about him enough that we really do have an undying friendship. So let's put it like this. As time goes on, we have like an older brother, little sister type of relationship. Well, I guess he may get on my nerves at times, but at the end of the day, all he cares about, all we care about each other's happiness. That's it. And sounds crazy, but that's what that's the thing. We only care about each other's happiness. That's it. But as the story says, this is the third story. How Kaoru met Aoi, the guy who actually turned into her tutor. Now next time, now for next time, now next time, you guys, we will be, but next time, Kaoru meets Tomoe, and that's a funny situation. Well, for me, anyway. Funny. Funny for him, but it's funny for me. But I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye. Bye.